Well, your mouth was moving. I thought,
Because it must pick up on the voice.
yeah.
So we're live, maybe.
Oh,
Says
yeah,
we're
we
live.
sure are.
I'm trying to do it. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning, Darcy.
Morning, Jeff.
Good morning, viewers of Zero.
Yep. Good morning,
I,
future viewers.
I think Graham is trying to join.
Oh,
She's
that would
probably
be
hearing our numbers are just inaccurate. YouTube's holding us back. That's what it is.
nice.
You know, this
They're like, I
channel,
can't do everything for you.
this channel would be exploding if YouTube wasn't trying to hold us down.
Yep.
But they suppress us, put us at the bottom of the search results. Poor us.
Yep.
That's
For us.
why it's very important to like and subscribe and hit that
Okay.
notification bell. What do you think?
Um, yes.
Do you think the self pity is going to help get subscribers?
No. But there's only one way to find out for sure.
By trying? By whining and groveling?
Yeah. And then if it doesn't work, we'll try something different.
Yeah, or not.
We'll just keep doing it. We'll keep trying it.
Yeah, aren't we insane?
This hasn't worked yet. But we're not quitters.
Nope. 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 So, what do you want to talk about today?
Um, Blockchains and how they help with business.
Should we check the market?
Yeah, let's do
Oh, do you know what happened yesterday and the day
that. I have no
before?
idea. Nope.
Oh, it has not been good days. Sorry, I had to clear my throat because I'm getting choked up here. It has not been good days lately because you know, do you happen to remember my favorite exchange that I talk about the most, the one that I use?
Nope.
Their name is Binance.
Ah, right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds familiar. That's
And
a good
they're
one.
like the largest one. Well, our government decided they're going to investigate them now too. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah, because, well, it's not like bad stuff, but it's just annoying stuff that doesn't help. Because, and maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I think they launched as a security, or that's what the government claims they may have done. And then they turn, like, so they fall under like stock market and US regulations, but then they're operating as a cryptocurrency exchange, which doesn't have the same stuff. So it's probably just fines.
Oh.
It wasn't
Probably.
good combined with a crypto bill that was supposed to come out, and then all of a sudden it got better. So 1.24. I don't remember where we were at last time. I wasn't looking at that part of the video. But we can click here. And we can hit 7 days. And 7 days ago, it looks like we were higher.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. That's a weird 7 day scale, right? Oh, I was looking at this bottom dates.
Oh.
I was like, what kind of 7 days is this across all the way back to 2014?
Yep. Just 7 random days over the last
7
7 years.
random days. That would be the best chart ever.
That really was.
I would like to play that joke on somebody. That's why I need to work at an end user. It would be so much fun to have friends that you could play jokes on. Like if I played jokes on clients, I don't think they'd find it funny.
No, they wouldn't, and that would be amazing.
Yeah, but
That
it would be
is something
amazing
I'm
to do
working on
that.
right now that I can do that.
Yep, yep. What? You didn't want just 7 random days? What kind of chart were you making? Man, I thought this is what everybody requests. It's just 7 random days. So yeah, it looks like we're a little bit down. But then here was yesterday, well, 2 days ago when all this happened. So we were making some good gains coming back. And then, so your sister still looks good to buy Bitcoins.
Coin. Just one.
No. She needs to buy like all of them. Let's see how many are left. 19 million. Oh no, that's a circulating supply. I don't know how many are left on exchanges. I wonder where that number's at. But so that's it. And checking the, kind of just the top coin will pretty much determine most of the others. So as you see, we'll go 7 days. Yeah. It is what it is. That is not why we are here. We are here to talk about the actual technology behind it. So the public ledger, or helping automate transactions. That would be more what we're talking about. So how can we use blockchain in business? We talked about it last week. What did we talk about? Supply chain? Was that pretty much it? I think that dominated most of the conversation.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And so moving on to other industries, which supply chain will come up over and over and over and over and over again, because it is the way that we get pretty much everything, unless you are living off the land, I would say. Then your supply chain is the earth.
Yeah, we still need it. We still use the supply chain for something.
Oh yeah, of course you do, but maybe you're on Naked and Afraid and you have nothing. Right? I don't think they get anything. Or no, they do have that little pouch. Don't they get
things,
yeah.
They get 2 things, I think. I don't know. Rick watches it. And I'll come out and I'll be like, I'm gonna be done in a few minutes, so wrap it up.
That's one of the worst ones too. Not like the show quality. It's just like, man, that's real survival. I feel like those people get injured and hurt often.
Yeah.
Often.
And I mean, I can't kill I can barely kill a spider just in general, but I have to have like shoes on and like the whole, and this is inside the house. I won't kill them if they're outside, but like I have to be like fully clothed, hopefully a sweater on and long pants. Just the idea of, and then here are these people out in the world, and they're naked with these little creepy crawlies on them. Not to mention the other person.
The the bug bites. Man, those bug bites are just crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No thanks. I mean, I couldn't go on a survival show anyways.
So, blockchain helps protect them, right? Can they wear blockchain?
They should be able to. Is that what those pixelated pieces are? That's just my blockchain.
It's just my blockchain. That pixelated image over my special places. Yeah, this is my blockchain. Yeah. Well, isn't that what blockchain's going to help us protect our special places? So.
Yep. I'm trying to think. Jim Gaffigan has a joke about like his birthday suit needs more suit or something like that. It's like flesh tone is not my color. Anyway, sorry.
That's funny. So blockchain may be helping protect endangered species. Isn't that such a cute face?
It's super cute.
Right before it eats your face?
Yeah, that would suck. But I don't know.
Okay, I got a question for you. Sure. We got our first quiz that we're not going to make. Oh, you can make the poll because now you know how to.
I forgot. But yeah.
The button next to the emoji button. It looks like a graph chart.
Oh yeah, on the
Yeah, bar
on the
chart.
chatty.
Yep. Okay. So if you're out in the wild and you came across, I don't know what the equal cat would be, but you came across a wolf or a cat of similar nature and size. I don't know if a tiger would be considered equivalent, right? So maybe a bobcat and a wolf. You know, I don't know. I don't
Or a
know.
puma.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we're going like pounds. Well, whatever. I'm trying to get just two mean things, right? But one's canine and one's feline. Which one would you be more? Which one do you think you could approach the wild version of?
Yeah, I'll say yeah. Let's do. I don't know, cause like bobcats, I think would be more like a
A
coyote,
hyena.
and then like a yeah,
Okay, so we'll go
yeah, a
puma or
tiger and a
cougar.
hyena.
Yeah, I mean we can go with whatever, but we get what we're trying to compare. I'm just saying, like, because you know, I made the comment the face is cute right before eat yours, and then I was like thinking, what if you came across a dog and a a similar cat out in the wild? Because you know you can kind of like street cats and street dogs. There's like a 50-50 chance you'll get bit, right? But your chances drop, I would imagine, from the two wild sides. So which one are you going to go up to? Like, you have no choice. You can't run. You have to convince it to be your friend. Like, there on the spot, not over time either.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah,
like
I
the nature of the
decided to
question.
go with bobcat and wolf because I feel like both of them might
I'm picking the
survive.
wolf then. I'm picking
I
the
think I
wolf.
could. You don't think a bobcat? I knew somebody that had. I feel like it was a bobcat. It had the little stubby tail.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that would be,
they
or
had.
like a
They.
lynx. I think there's like
Oh
lynxes.
yeah, lynx. That's what it was.
That one, I'd take the lynx over the wolf. But if
Yeah.
you throw a bobcat, just the name, I would be like, no, I'm going with the wolf.
It's bobcat or wolf. Those are the options.
Yeah, and then I'm going with the wolf. I'm approaching the wolf.
Yeah. Well, the scary thing about a wolf is there's probably more than one.
Yeah, no, 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 no.
Maybe
It's
just
just the one. I do
yeah,
understand that the bobcat would likely be solitaire, and the wolf's not going to be by himself. I mean, like that would be odd. And
yeah,
so, yeah, like unless he's like the search wolf and the others are just coming. And then you're not gonna. Then I'm taking the bobcat as my teammate against the wolves. So, and then we're gonna hopefully recruit a Wolverine. So let's see how blockchain's helping up the situation. Um,
yep. Let's do it.
uh, that's an interesting. So what'd you pick?
Um. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with wolves too.
And are you leaning on your experience with the canine family?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
And I feel like well, I don't know. I guess it just depends on how hungry either of them are.
I know there's a lot of factors. There's a lot of
I'm like,
factors. We're just going like in a normal like walk through the woods, and you come across one of these animals, and you're like, "Hey, friend," and we'll see
yeah.
how it goes after that.
Well, at the very least, if things start going sideways with a wolf, you could probably get into a tree. Oh, if you can get into a tree, you could probably get into a tree and get away. With a cat, you don't have a lot of. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. That is true. So, a new blockchain effort launched by Newton Project is aimed at helping to fight animal poaching and protect the increasing number of endangered species around the world. Well, we gotta stop cutting down all their land. That's one. I mean, there is poaching, but I think the bigger issue is industrialization, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's legal poaching. So, yeah, address both. But according to the website Crypto Briefing, the Newton Project has outlined a plan for a network of sensors and drones that could track endangered animals more efficiently than currently monitoring systems, allowing for better wildlife protection. Yep, perfect.
Yeah, I like that.
The Newton new sensor technology consists of small Internet of Things monitoring location, temperature, air quality, humidity, etc. Uploads the data to Newton's blockchain, and by inserting a new sensor under the skin of an endangered mammal, for example, a rhino or elephant, we can track the location and basic behavior of that animal. Many animals are social and follow a leader, so instead of tagging every individual, we can just tag notable individuals.
Nice.
And if they can pull biometrics, then they can tell when one's killed. Because more than likely they're going to go after the leader, but maybe not. And then they have drone footage. Oh, they're launching its drones that come with cameras and microphones to help track and identify poachers. Wildlife poaching, particularly of endangered species, is big business in a number of countries in Africa and Asia. The footage will be uploaded to New Chain for a hack-proof, indelible record of potential poaching. The company says using new AI, this data can be analyzed and anything suspicious sent to local authorities. And I already have a thought on how all that would work, and that's it. So, that's really cool. What do you think?
That is. I like that. Yeah,
All
because
right,
there's.
go ahead. So,
I was just gonna say, there's just. I mean, the poaching so people can have these pets, or just killing these animals for pieces. Anything, anything somebody can do to help would be awesome. Okay, it's your turn.
so do we understand how the blockchain's working here in this situation?
I believe so.
It's taking its information and committing it to the chain
Hmm.
for a record of proof of potential poaching, right?
Hmm.
Because you not only have to probably you don't have cameras that may catch them in the act, right? So you're going to have to come up with some really, really good circumstantial evidence, right?
Yep.
Or tracking them so then you can go back to their camp and get them with the goods. And you're out in the wild. So electricity is, and internet are rare, right? And you're tracking roaming animals. So the chip under the skin is probably going to be self-powered, right? By just your body. And if you didn't know they could do that, then they do that. You don't have to have a battery in them.
Like Matrix.
Huh?
It's like Matrix.
But the trick is getting the data out of that, right? So it's not going to have a very wide field. And so that's where the drone comes in. So then your drone is going to have to be capturing the data, or you have to have like things installed, as they walk by, like known paths and stuff like that. But then you wouldn't be able to collect it as easy. So then you're going to have some sort of solar charging station for your drones, right? Because they can't fly forever, obviously. And they can't, unless you got like plane type ones. So you're going to have those charged. But then they would fly around and collect the data of the biometrics of the animals, I would say, right? Of your tagged animals. So you would want those drone stations up pretty high so poachers can't knock them down, or so they can be easily fixed, or, kind of just out of the way. And then you would take your drone footage combined with the data from the animals, and when you commit it to the blockchain, you can prove that you haven't tampered with it because it's on a blockchain, right? And
Yep.
when you provide that information to the authorities, it would have a little more credibility than if you are, I guess they have credibility issues, right? With providing poaching information, or maybe it's just needed for court of law with, your timestamps and everything. And you knew you can prove it wasn't tampered with. Does that make sense? I think I word
I
saladed
think so.
that.
No, I think so. So because they don't have to um tag all of the animals, they just in a
Mm-hmm.
herd, they would just need to do a few. Um, if they're collecting these animals for resale or whatever, they're probably going to take smaller ones, which might not be the ones that were tagged. So would they, for something like that, or would they just be like taking pictures and along with that block, in that block, have like the family members of, yeah, I'm just thinking of elephants, like taking
Oh, the
pictures of the
actual
family
information in
members.
the
Yeah,
middle of
and
the
so, yeah,
block. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, at some point, like the younger males like go off on their own to find their own families. So I mean, you would kind of have to keep track of that, and that
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's when they would get tagged because they would kind of be out on their own. But would you like? I mean, I love the idea. I'm just curious how, like, the logistics of like the family group and how you make sure, how do you kind of keep an eye on them? So then, if one disappears that you're not expecting to, then you, you have some information that, oh, it belongs with this group. And I don't know. Like it,
I would say it's probably because you're not. We're only talking about the fancy part of it, right? There's people on the
mhm,
ground driving around. I would
yeah.
hope. I mean, like five at least. Like a couple, right?
Hmm.
I'd imagine there's somebody out there kind of trying, and so you would also have them with, we'll call them their blockchain devices, right, where they can log information too, whatever it is, a phone or computer or whatever. And so they're tracking and following the animals, and you would have a lot of different species. So maybe you get cross tracking just by virtue of them all being in the same general area, because they probably don't roam outside of a huge area, obviously, maybe
Yeah.
hundreds of miles, but probably not outside of that, right? And we probably
Right.
already know their patterns and we know where they go. So then we're not just sticking our mesh network of drones anywhere. We're putting them, where they'd be most effective. So probably a combination of all that. And then the other thing I was thinking, so it's just a hack proof record of information, but then you also have the fact that it's a peer-to-peer network. So it's not just one group controlling the information. So other groups can read that on-chain data without having to build a new interface and do a new integration to, we'll call it the World Wildlife. I don't know who's doing it, right? The Newton Project's database, right? If the Newton Project has a chain and they share that chain with certain individuals or the public, or it's like a hybrid chain, you can see their real time data of those animals. So maybe there's other features that can be used of the information, like tracking their movements and their populations and how their families split off and things like that, just like what you're saying, when they do need to go out and tag new groups and stuff like that, because you can log the information to make sure that the family is growing appropriately, right? So when you discover they have a baby, so you would log that information, and then you monitor that baby throughout the years with your drone footage, because we've all seen where especially with like self-driving cars, it can pull out different elements of images and video and identify them. So as a drone flies by, it would be like tagged elephant would have a red box around it, and then all the other ones would have to be identified at that point, right?
Mhm.
And then once you identify them in video, by a human more than likely, put a name to it or a number, an ID to it, then every time that drone flies by, it would know that elephant, not even tagged, just by
Yeah.
video. And then as it grew, you'd be able to pull out identifying markers if it got in a fight and stuff like that. And then that just makes it that much easier, right?
Yep.
And so then you're logging all that information to the blockchain. So then scientists and other groups, or even school kids or something, that want to use this information for projects and other things that we don't even know what they might want to use it for,
Yeah.
would have access to a common database platform, because the decentralized apps, the dApps that sit on top of that blockchain, are already there. You just download the package, put it on your computer, you're participating on the blockchain, and then you're also able to use it. So cool.
Very cool.
What is next? We'll take a break here in a minute, right? Or do you need to right now?
Nope, I'm good.
I was going to say, we'll get through our animal section.
Okay.
How can cryptocurrency and NFTs save endangered species? So, NFTs. What is cryptocurrency? What is blockchain? Cryptocurrency and NFTs. Oh, yeah, we can make it big. It is tiny.
Thank you.
We should know 1, 2, 3. Not, who cares about the environment, right? No, I'm joking. That's what the whole first part was about. But most of the networks run off renewable energy, so we don't need to have that discussion. That's a separate discussion if we want to have it.
Yeah, I think we should. I think it would be cool to dive into like how it's not good.
How it's not good, but it's not good.
Yep.
On the scale of not goodness, it's fine. That's the point, right? So yeah, diving into it would be a really good thing. And then NFTs, better to donate with crypto. NFTs or cash. Why are cryptocurrency and NFTs different? Who is the normal cryptocurrency trader investor? How hard is it to get it? Individual benefits, risks. This is all just stuff we've talked about. What is an NFT? To remind everybody, non-fungible token. I can hear everybody mouthing it at home, right?
Yep.
How can you hear mouthing?
And they're still doing it.
Yeah, in their sleep, right? And so it means that each NFT is created as an individual uploaded to the blockchain, just like cryptocurrency. Yay. What's the value behind them? None. There's no value per se to them, but it depends on the project. Sometimes you get extra hidden benefits, invitations, tickets to events, special art, I don't know, interactions with the creator, who knows, all kinds of different things. They have community white paper roadmap, but you put them in wallets. I don't know why they're talking about derivatives. Depending on, it's a different. Depending on a project's copyrights, a user who owns that particular NFT could make their own derivative artwork or interpretation. Yeah, that's cool. I forgot we talked about that. So by owning the rights or partial rights to certain things, then you can use that art in your own art. So a great way to collaborate on projects legally. So getting to how this works for animal conservation, the Righteous Rhino Support Group. The Righteous Rhino Support Group is an NFT project that has been created by two individual artists in 2021. Charles Keeter, aka Rachi. I don't know if they say it like that, but they do now. and then Chuck Hopcraft, aka Chef Forche. So yeah, Rod Cheese name's way cooler. So, who is the leader developer? Oh yeah, the coder. No wonder the coder didn't come up with a good name. Makes sense.
Yep,
Makes sense.
they need
I
it.
feel your pain, Chuck. You should have just went with Chuck H or Hop Crafty. Ooh, that would have been kind
That's horrible.
of. That's horrible.
Chuck H. It's perfect.
Another developer coming up with a name.
Yeah.
So together they have the startup project to aid the support of rhinos, wildlife, and community alike. They're incorporating primary, secondary, and royalty sales percentages our projects receive go back into the rhino wildlife preservation. So how's it different than other ones? They are completely transparent. That's what they say. Everyone says that, right?
Yep, everybody does.
So what can you do with an NFT from them? It allows you to make your own stuff. Sets them up for wallet drops. That's kind of cool. I forget about that. You know, that's what we've promised, where you just get your NFT. That's why it's funny, right? Right, Craig? He's like, it's not funny. And so
It is funny.
you get your wallet drops, you get extra stuff for free, and then by buying it, you make a donation. So cool. Well, the World Wildlife Fund tried to do this, and it didn't work out. Within a few days, the Wildlife Fund's hyped up and then quietly canceled plans to raise money for conservation efforts by minting its own NFTs. UK chapter of the WWF. Ooh, I didn't know it was WWF. Huh. World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, there was a big thing over. That's why.
I kind of remember that as a kid, right? Yeah. We all know who won the WWF wrestling. And so Unleash fires. That's so sad. It really is. Now being an adult in that 8. It's like, how does the world not band behind the World Wildlife Fund and be like, no, WrestleMania, you got to come up with something else.
Yep, exactly. Oh well.
And then they did anyways. They were like, they went with like WCW or W whatever. I don't know. There are other W's. The tokens look like glass cubes encasing each animal. What? This is sweet sounding. Don't buy them because it sounded like it went bad. Wow, that is cool.
That is.
Like, cool but lame. Let's go with Giant Panda. I think, I don't know. I'm mixed.
Did something else happen?
Yeah, I know. We've been spoiled, right?
Yeah.
That's part of it. $83 though. You're just donating. You get other stupid trinkets that, you know, mean nothing anyways too, right?
Yeah. And you're not, I don't know. I guess I do like this, even though it's not like super exciting to look at.
I know.
You don't have to throw anything away. Because, you know, just because you donate and then you get like you said, like a little trinket. And now what do you do with it? And it ends up in the trash anyway. So
this would be cool. I'd throw this up. I don't know if I wanted clout, if it was cooler. I don't know. Because I mean, we gotta think of what we're using these on, and right now we're using them on thumbnails of Instagram or Twitter or something, right? Mm-hmm. Whatever your image is.
If you're in the metaverse,
see
your house out of it.
Yeah,
I mean, like a whole bunch of little blocks.
Yeah, if you had it on a pedestal, that's where I was like, it's kind of okay. But what would be cool is if they had like you could stop it and read about the panda, and you get some information, and the image was maybe a little like a movie, right? And this map's fine. I'm cool with their little map, and it does look better when you click on it. But and your limited edition number, I would hide that. I don't care about that as much.
I think that wasn't a limited edition number. I think that's how many were in the wild.
Oh, how many are left? That's way cooler. That's sad.
That is
I
sad.
didn't read. You
I
know me
think
and my
that's what it
reading
says.
skills. Yes,
Love
I do like now knowing what you. Yep, in the wild.
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually if that's updated, this became a lot cooler.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree 100%.
They need to fix that right there. That giant panda page. They need to fix this.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's fine. That's their logo. There's a few things I would improve. Like it's the same image, right? It's not changing on me.
No.
Because I feel just kind of silly for not reading in the wild.
Well,
So
it was really small.
yeah, but still, that made it a lot cooler.
Forgive you. I
If
don't know
that
about the viewers, but I'll forgive
yeah, okay.
you.
But so that's cool if they're pulling off chain data. I instantly like it a million times more for $83 to donate because we were talking about just being trinket, right? So and it failed though because they really pissed off other environmentalists. Why? Found a solution to climate conservation. Oh, oh. So it failed because of the environmental toll it took to mint them. That's it. And so they tried to offset that by going to Polygon instead of using Ethereum directly. And a bunch of people complained that are in their same space. I'm moving on because I don't know how to address that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't either.
I get their point, but at the same time, if it makes more money than I don't know, then it goes back to the point to begin with, right?
Hmm.
7 ways they can help stop climate change with blockchain. You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a quickie.
Yeah.
Quick break, I mean.
So we'll come back to this. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Yep.
Hello, hello, hello. Are you back, Darcy? No. Well, that's just so sad.
What's that?
You're not back yet.
Face that you're making? I am back. See?
I'm trying to cheat on the vote, but I guess it doesn't matter.
How can you cheat on a vote? You only get one vote.
I never vote.
Well,
It doesn't matter now because I voted for Wolf anyways. So, and it was already 100%.
yep. Should we go ahead and end this poll?
Yep, go ahead and end it. The
All right,
wolves
everyone, you've had your
wolves are more
chance.
friendly.
27
Nobody
minutes.
nobody wants to go approach a bobcat. We all decided. So, all right. How do we solve that problem? I was thinking about that while I was getting some more coffee. The only way I can think of really quick to solve this problem of not only why do they have to mint on Polygon or Ethereum network? Because that's where everybody's linked into, right? It's the biggest network. It's what people are displaying the NFTs because they would have to use smart contracts and stuff tied to a particular network, blah blah blah. All right. And you can't guarantee every node on the network would be using renewable energy. So you can never get out of the argument that it's going to pose some risk to the environment, right?
Yep.
You would have to create your own blockchain that is 100% renewable energy. And that is part of the blockchain's validation itself, right? That it's like it validates that every node's on renewable energy or something, right? Maybe another chain that tattles on it. Who knows? But or some off-chain data. I don't know. Who knows? But that would be the only way to solve that problem. And then you would have to have every website integrate said renewable blockchain into their stuff. And there you go. And I don't think you can complain. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm curious what how much energy it costs. Well, it must not be a lot to just to transfer the funds. I mean, it can't be a lot. So you're donating, so that's going to be some sort of but I guess if yeah, I mean, you want people to donate and not get anything in return. I guess is the only way to avoid or to not have um
Oh, you
a
mean
lot.
just get money?
Yeah.
Just donations?
Yep.
But how does
Which
that
seems
money get
really
printed?
difficult.
How does that money get moved?
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying though, is like that would be like the least or the most energy conservative. That's not the right word.
And nobody wants to talk about the massive amount of energy it takes to currently run the banking system.
Yeah.
That's the other
Yep.
thing. It's not all paper anymore.
Yeah, that's why
And
I'm
even
curious.
paper wise, you'd have people driving paper around.
Yeah, I'm just curious, like what the difference is.
I know that would be.
Because
Can you look that up?
and yeah,
And while you're looking that up, we'll talk about 7 ways blockchain can help the environment.
yes, let's find out.
Unless you find something really quick. Supply chains transparently track products from origin to store shelves, reduce the carbon footprint and unsustainable practices. Okay? So then we would know how the supply chain works. Then recycling, and this is kind of maybe something. Encourage recycling by providing tokenized reward. Oh, that's kind of, they need periods. A tokenized reward. Track and evaluate efficiency or efficacy. Right, maybe. Of recycling programs. I think that's efficiency, but I don't know. I don't think it's, yeah, efficiency, no, it's efficacy. Unless they left out some letters.
I think that's a word.
It is a word, but I don't know. I guess that's appropriate in that sentence. Not good with words. Yeah. Energy, increase energy efficiency with peer-to-peer electrical grids, improve access to power in areas with poverty or natural resources. Environmental treaties, track real impact and compliance of environmental treaties, decrease fraud and manipulation. Did you find anything?
Um, I I'm just trying to see. I found how much energy do baking systems use? Um, an estimated and total annual energy consumption is 263.72 TWH, and I hadn't gone far enough to find out what all that means. Well, it says banking system consumes 2 times more energy than Bitcoin. Research. Here, I'll put this in our note. It's the article.
Okay.
Maybe that's something we look at.
Yep, I'll bring it up in a minute. So that's already kind of like what I was saying, where
it's from last year.
Now it goes to kind of like environmentalist argument. You're just adding on to an already bad problem. But I don't know. It's interesting. So also, blockchain can help track nonprofits, track where donations are going, decrease inefficiency and bureaucracy in charities. Carbon tax, calculate tax for products based on carbon footprint they create, and reputation system for companies based on emissions. And then changing incentives, align incentives with sustainable best practices, create incentives for people to act in sustainable ways. Then they go in to talk about supply chain, which is the way that you get your products from the store, everything from raw goods to store shelves to your house. Huh?
My house.
Your house, yes. Okay. You don't have stuff at your house?
Yes, I do. I have too much stuff at my house.
Your roommate? I seen your roommate before, and I seen a couch, a table. Mm-hmm. So I'd imagine your roommate has stuff too.
Yep, he's got the most stuff.
If we track food, for example, we would enable buyers to purchase local produce knowing that it was actually grown locally. So blockchain can do that. With recycling, current recycling programs, people don't often have good incentives to participate. Grandma does. Grandma does it out of the goodness of her heart. The responsibility for running recycling programs often falls on each separate city, which results in many places not having recycling programs at all. It's also difficult to track and compare the impact of those programs. Recycling programs on the blockchain could encourage participation by giving a financial reward in the form of a cryptographic, that's funny, as a token in exchange for depositing recyclables like plastic containers, cans, or bottles. Similar setups already exist in several places around the world, in particular in Northern Europe. Yep. And then you could track data like volume, cost, profit to evaluate the impact of each location, company, or individual participating in the program. And one place doing it is called Social Plastic, aka Plastic Bank. It's a project turning plastic into currency by setting up collection centers in third world countries where people can deposit used plastic in exchange for currency, services like phone charging, or items like cooking fuel. So the third world countries are doing a better job recycling than first world countries.
Yeah, but it's probably, well, not but. It's probably because we feel like we don't have to.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
I don't know. I've without saying any names, like we have family members that won't recycle because there's it.
His family members.
They won't.
Her shadow calling you out.
Too many bugs in the garage. Stuff like that. I'm like, that makes zero sense to me. we have our recycling bin inside, and we don't have any bugs.
Yeah,
So,
grandma
but we also can't
recycles.
recycle. There's a lot of things that we don't recycle here, which is very strange.
I've never seen any bugs around my grandma's recycle stuff, so I know it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. Well, and it's very hot here. I do get it. There's lots of other like mice and rats and stuff. So I get that too. But I don't know. It seems like a thing to deal with for the greater good.
Recycled to coin allows you to return their used plastic containers in exchange for a token through automated machines.
Awesome.
Traditional power grids are centralized, which can create inefficiencies in energy distribution. A peer to peer blockchain based energy system would reduce the need to transmit electricity power over long distances, which can result in losses. It would also help reduce the need for energy storage because such trading can move electricity locally from where it's being produced in excess to where it's needed. And so you have Transactive Grid, a joint venture between Consys and Low3 Energy, is working. Theirs isn't very long. They're just working on it. Sun Contract is a blockchain peer-to-peer energy trading platform for solar and other renewables. Power plant installations are expensive and often financed by governments of large private companies. Financed by governments of large private. It's kind of funny. A blockchain based platform could enable institutions, companies, and individuals to get returns from directly investing in renewable energy installations in their area and around the world. So, trading energy instead of trading money. Environmental treaties. That's exactly what it says. So, help track to make sure everybody's upholding their end and discourage corporations and governments from backpedaling on their environmental promises or misreportings on their progress because the technology would allow for transparently tracking important environmental data and show whether commitments were met. Nobody wants accountability. Nonprofits. Yeah, exactly. Nonprofits, same thing. Accountability, see where the money goes, where it gets paid to, all that. Carbon tax system. So, tracking your carbon footprint for each product that you produce. So, if you're producing products, but to produce those products, it's super bad for the environment, you have to pay more carbon tax. If you use good production methods or you're doing stuff to help the environment, then you get carbon tax incentives or rebates. So that makes sense, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Tracking all that on a transparent blockchain.
Yep.
That helps with reputation for those companies. And then incentives. Being transparent is going to be the next wave.
I agree with that.
Because once companies find that that's going to be, the first company to actually, or a group of companies that come out and that are legitimately transparent about their business actions are definitely going to win probably public opinion. If they're bulletproof, right? Everybody's going to try to tear them down, all their competition and just even the general public. But as long as they really do, like blockchain type things where they just put it all out there, even their mistakes, because that's okay, you can make mistakes. And as long as you just own up to them, right? That's what it's all about. Just being transparent, like, okay, here's what we're doing, here's what we're about. Here's where our products come from. Here's the people we work with. Here's where they get their products from. That'll start a trend.
Yeah.
And then they'll figure out how to cheat and defraud the system, but it'll work for a little while. All right. Do we got time for the next section?
um, I'm gonna say probably not.
All right.
I don't know. How far do you want to go in the next section?
I don't know. I don't know how far the rabbit hole goes. We just spent 45 minutes or so talking about how blockchain works for
Animals.
animals. And next, we're going to talk about agriculture.
Hey.
Let's preview it.
Yeah, let's preview it. Let's do that. I like your ideas.
We're going to preview it for a few minutes. Blockchain technology in agriculture. We know what it is. We know how it can be used. We have concerns about it, which we just talked about. How must it be handled in the future? And then stay up to date with it in agriculture. That's it. There you go. We didn't read this one well enough. This one's out.
Isn't
Blockchain, huh?
Isn't that part of our charm?
Part of our charm, I guess. So, what is blockchain in agriculture? Finally, somebody just gets right into it. Can be defined. Blockchain can be defined as a ledger of transaction and accounts that are noted and stored by all involved parties. Its purpose is to increase transparency and accountability. So, blockchain in farming or agriculture is utilized as a system that helps increase the volume of reliable information with rewards. With regard to inventories, contracts in agriculture, and the general state of the farms. I think that's really important because I think farmers, a lot of farmers that are probably smaller farmers, and I'm not trying to say all large farmers are going to do this. And when I say large, it's probably like commercial farming, like, big corporations and stuff. But regular farmers, I think, do care about giving quality product. And so maybe blockchain could help promote them giving quality product where others that cut corners and use unsafe practices for the masses that actually affect probably more people get held accountable.
Yeah.
That would be interesting because one thing that I could see I would want to know if a certain fertilizer that would be known to not be healthy for people would be used, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's extra effective. Or when they say organic, that they use other things, maybe other than certain things. You know what I mean? And maybe you don't like those. Because I've heard, it can go both ways. So knowing where your food comes from would be really nice. I would scan labels once in a while just to see.
Yeah.
So that would be one great way. And examples of applications: smart farming, food supply chain. That's what I think we would be talking about. Agricultural insurance. I think that also includes what we're transaction of agricultural products. So then how does it get passed from hand to hand? Is safe practices being used to keep things that need to be refrigerated cold, or processing practices correct?
Yep. Yeah,
Going.
and I think one thing that I just thought of when it said agricultural insurance, like if where your food has come from, if there's any issues with it, some sort of, E. coli or salmonella or whatever, you'd be able to follow it all the way through. So it wouldn't just be like, oh, it's possible at stores, some stores, if you bought this whatever food between these days, you'd have like a better understanding of where everything is. Because just because it's been labeled a certain way doesn't mean that it's not, the, that that corn or whatever isn't in some other product that might have gotten missed. I don't know. It just seems like that would be helpful too. Seems that like that happens a lot. Like, what if it ends up in dog food or something?
I mean, that's exactly it, right? You'd have your blockchain barcode, your QR code that you would scan into an app, a decentralized app that reads multiple chains, right? A bunch of these food, um, agricultural food supply chains, right?
Yep.
And all they have to do is say, bam, recall, right? They post the block. And since your app reads that, you don't have to scan your stuff all the time. I mean, I guess you could just scan, I guess you would have to do it one of two ways. You'd either have to log that you bought something into the app, right? Because the app has to know that you bought it. And there would be no way. But it would be on there and you could scan your product, say every time before, in the case of a food bag of dog food, every time before you poured it into the bowl. Because even though you may have been using it, they hadn't issued the recall yet. It'd be like real-time data. Now, if you yourself has consumed the whole product, then there's not much you could do, so there's no point in trying to worry about it, right? If the recall comes in afterward.
Yeah, or if there is a recall, then you scan your item, you find out if yours is one of the things, because some people can't afford to throw out their food. I mean,
yeah, that's exactly it. You can make the determination.
Like you could know for sure. Like you're not guessing. Is this one of the items that needs to be recalled or was recalled? I'm not sure. Do I risk it? Or does my family starve for no reason? So you can scan it and you know for sure. Like, yes, this is an item that you should not consume. And you're making decisions based on all the information.
Yeah.
I like
that's exactly it. You don't have to throw it away. You don't even have to think, and you don't have to rely on the stores or a lot of people in the supply chain. It's just the producer, whoever produced that, whoever's the one that issues the recalls. You could quickly scan, your food before you use it, and then you would know.
Yep.
And I think it would be a zero effort thing. It'd just become part of your regular day-to-day stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because you could monitor it, and then you could even make the determination. Maybe the recall is a minor recall. Maybe you're like, oh, I don't care if there's glass in my meat. That's no big deal.
I don't think that would be a minor recall. Okay.
Right? Because sometimes it's like that. It's like, oh yeah, there's chunks of like shark plastic, and it's like, I don't want to eat that. No, that's horrible. But no, you can. And then other people are like, just no big deal. No big deal.
Yeah, I hope not. So. Yeah, definitely throw that away.
But yeah, you could have a rating system, and then also this would be tracked, and if companies are issuing recall after recall after recall, they're the same one, they wouldn't be able to lie about it and be like, oh no, it wasn't us, or be able to retract the news articles and stuff. And we would be forcing them to participate in the network, because if not, then they wouldn't get bought from. It's kind of like, if you don't clean up your act and participate in the network, it's going to be not a good situation for you. Because by not participating in the public blockchain of your food stuff, nobody's going to buy your stuff. And then if you do, and you get a bunch of recalls, people will stop buying your stuff.
Yep.
Good things. Right?
Very good. Yes.
But it's funny. Agriculture insurance is actual insurance of the crops based off of weather. So you can see what types of insurance policies available to. It's not what I was thinking. It was completely different. Yeah, it's actual insurance.
I mean,
yep. So we can continue more if people want to hear more about agricultural blockchain technology. But I think it's pretty much the same as regular supply chain. Right?
Yep.
It's just transparency, full traceability. That's the part I like. I'm thinking that's huge.
Yeah.
Like even you're just sitting there, it'd be like a thing. You're just like, I'm just gonna scan this to see where this comes from. You'd be like, did you know? And there's no denying it.
Yep.
Did you know it came from some little factory? That's where I used to work. Look at that. So, oh, sorry, you were thinking I was gonna go negative with that. No, it was a positive. Wait, that's me. That's my name on there.
I
So,
did that.
yep, that'd be kind of cool. So let's see, and then what are we gonna do next week? Um, let's look at some blockchain projects.
Yep. Yep. We got that article about the energy. And we can look and see how much energy it uses too.
Yeah, so we'll talk about energy, and then yeah, that'll be good for blockchain projects to see if there's some better than others.
Hmm.
We'll look at what the top 25 or something, or ones that are being used for business.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. I like it.
All right. Unless people vote for something else, as always, you can message us and
Yep.
make requests for any kind of
General.
topic. Preferably today, we'd like topics for Wednesdays. We like our blockchain and cryptocurrency NFT type topics.
Hmm.
And Saturday, we would like any other topic. Anything, really. Except for like
Well,
social issues, I guess, right?
yeah.
We don't really do that.
Yeah. We'll leave those
Science,
to other people.
technology. If you don't watch our show, go watch a couple episodes and you'll know what we like to talk about.
Yep. Or just look at the pictures. I'll give you.
They'll be like,
No, watch
what?
them. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Watch them. They're wonderful.
Just look at our thumbnails. Don't watch our videos. Don't subscribe. Don't
I know
like.
what's wrong with me.
We don't need those 4,000 hours of video time.
I know, right? We're so close.
We are so not close.
Hey, I was being positive.
That was positive. It wasn't
Okay.
negative. All right. I guess it's getting late.
Yeah,
Time for
I
a
got
nap.
work to do today.
Yep, so do I. All right. Bye everyone.
Bye. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to brush your teeth.